All right, let's get this show on the road. Welcome back to the eHunter podcast, everybody. Tonight we're going to have... actually, I guess I got to quit saying tonight. You're probably listening to this podcast during the morning, but on the podcast today I have Seth with me. Seth, you there?
I'm here. What's up?
Hey, man. Welcome back.
Thank you.
So you gave me crap about not having you on, there for a little bit, and now I got you like 2 times in a row here. So
I know. It'll be good.
About time. So,
yes.
All right. Well, before we jump into tonight's podcast, we also as always, want to thank our sponsor, Vortex Optics. They help us with everything that we do here at eHunter. Really cool guys. One thing I just want to talk about tonight, and I gotta quit saying tonight because everybody's listening to this no matter what time, but is I don't know if everybody's seen this on Vortex's social media pages, but they have just started putting up some of their fall apparel. I know a lot of people don't think about Vortex for apparel. I think when you think of Vortex Optics, you think of optics. But they have some really cool apparel. You've probably seen it in some of the videos that we put up, as well as on our social media. And so they have some really, really cool stuff. So as you're getting ready for fall, whether it be hunting, whether it be going on a date with the missus, whatever you're doing, they have some pretty cool stuff. So I got quite a bit of their stuff, and frequently it's good stuff. The thing I like about it is it's like, a lot of companies put out apparel and it's just kind of crappy stuff, but this is like really good, comfortable, fits well, all that kind of stuff. So I just want to put a plug in there for the Vortex Wear stuff. Go on their website, check out what they have. It's really good prices and really good stuff. So wanted to put that out there, and also tell them thank you for everything they do for us here at eHunter. So, all right, let's jump into the podcast. We're going to talk about a few different things on this podcast, kind of get you guys updated on what's going on in the eHunter world right now. We have a lot going on. If you haven't been paying attention on social media, we try to post as much as we possibly can. Seth, I still need to get your last YouTube video posted up on Instagram, but if you guys have been looking, we've been posting quite a few videos and quite a few different other things going on. And so we just wanted to talk about a few of the articles that have been really popular lately, talk about some of the YouTube videos that we're doing, and then just kind of see where this conversation goes. So I'm going to kick it off, and I do want to talk about our YouTube videos that we've put up. We're really trying to do more on the YouTube side of things. Really be that resource for you guys out there, whether it be gear reviews, whether it be product reviews, how-to videos, just entertainment videos as we come into hunting season. Then we'll put more hunting videos up, but just trying to be that ultimate resource for you guys. And so recently, we've published a couple of YouTube videos. So the couple that I did a product review of gun skins. And I'm going to say this wasn't a paid product review. Not all of our stuff is going to be paid product reviews. We're trying to just, if you're looking to do something to your gun, if you're looking to do something for your gear, whatever, we want you to be able to come to eHunter and get the answers that you're looking for. And so did the review on the gun skin. Honestly, actually sitting right here in front of me right now as I'm doing this podcast, and I'm really pretty happy with it. Took the gun out, shot it. No wear and tear on it. Everything's laying down really well. There was a couple of spots that started to come up on me, but yeah, for the most part, it's laid down really well. I'm using the one I got was the Cryptek Highlander. Actually, no, it says right there Cryptek Nomad camo. I'm a big Cryptek fan. I love their stuff, and so that's why I put that on my gun. But yeah, it worked out really well. If you guys have any questions about it, or you want to see like how to apply it, or kind of how it went for me, go ahead and check out our YouTube videos. And I think it's probably the 3rd or 4th one down on the list right now. But pretty cool product. I really like it. I'm gonna be honest. I would prefer to hydro dip it. Seth, do you have any guns that are hydro dipped?
I do not. Nope.
So I've got one gun that is. I've got it dipped in King's camo, and I mean, it's really nice. It does actually still chip and whatnot as you're going through mountains, you're hitting limbs and whatnot. It still will chip a little bit, but it does, it just lays on obviously smoother, easier. The only downfall is it just costs more. This gun skin was $65. I don't know what they charged me to do a hydro dip, but if I remember right, it was like, I think it was like $180, $150, something like that. We could probably verify what that cost. But um, so I mean, if you're trying to save a little bit of money, gun skin is a great way to go. Like I said, it covers your gun. I wish I would have put this on in the beginning because the stock on my Tika is just destroyed. I'm not crazy with my guns, but I do take them in the backcountry, and they do scrape on limbs, and I lay them on rocks and all sorts of stuff. So I wish I would have put it on to begin with just to keep the stock in really good shape. But uh, just word to the wise for my next gun, or any of you guys on your next gun. So that was one of the videos that I posted up. Check that out. And then the other one was just an unboxing. And I don't know, you guys have to let us know what your thoughts are on unboxing videos. We did partner with Henry Rifles, and doing a cool little thing with them. And stay tuned. We're going to have a lot of stuff on Henry Rifles. Both Seth and I have some cool stuff coming out about different Henry Rifles that we have. And so I just want to do an unboxing just to kind of kick it off and let everybody know kind of what we're doing. And so I explain the details. I explain what I'm planning to do with that gun this year, which is pretty dang cool. You're going to have to watch the YouTube video to find out what it was. But you guys have to let us know what you think about the unboxing videos, and if it's something that you guys want to see more of, or if you just want the actual review, or both, or whatever. So, and then Seth, you just published a video this last week.
I did. Yeah, I went out and shot the old 54 caliber Renegade that I've got. Tried to get it sighted in for the upcoming muzzleloader hunt. So,
Which you're headed out on tomorrow, right?
correct. Yes.
Nice, nice. Seth's one of those lucky guys that's dedicated hunter. I did that when I lived in Utah before, and I don't know. I'm trying to decide if I want to do it again. Why do you do it?
So the main reason I did it, prior to doing it, I bow hunted a lot, and bow hunting's fun. It's one of my favorite ways to hunt. But I hadn't rifle hunted or muzzleloader hunted in a long time, and the dedicated hunter program kind of gave me an in to be able to go on those hunts again and see if I still like bow hunting the most, or if all hunting is good. And I've kind of found that all hunting is good, but that's okay. But that was my main reasoning behind it, is I knew I could draw, and it would give me, multiple seasons to try to get it done on a little bit better age class buck.
Yeah.
And of course, the first year I had my son with me, we took a small buck. But this year I've been looking for that little bit better buck, and haven't seen much. Seen one nice buck on the bow hunt, and hoping he's back in the basin I was looking at tomorrow, so I can get him.
Nice. It's cool that video that Seth posted it's a cool video. I'm actually impressed, Seth. That thing shoots pretty dang well for what it is. I mean, it's not like this inline, Knight or Paramount, which is basically just a rifle that you load from the muzzle. But
Right, right.
but like you're like legit muzzleloader hunting, like traditional, I guess. Is
Yeah,
the right
traditional,
word.
and being a 54, they don't really make all one-piece lead conical bullets anymore, so I had to switch to the round balls, which is fun, but it was kind of going in blind. We'd never really shot round balls out of this gun, and I'm fairly impressed.
I am.
To shoot a round ball and still get reasonably solid accuracy out to 100 yards was fairly impressive for me.
I say that's all you can ask out of that gun, honestly. Like the
Yeah.
group that you were shooting, you had a couple that were off a little bit, but for the most part, you were shooting a pretty dang good group there.
Right. And I will be the first one to tell you I'm not the greatest muzzleloader shot. For a long, long time, I had it hardwired for some reason in my brain that as I pulled the trigger, I would jerk my head off the gun to look past the smoke. So it
Oh,
took a long time for me to just let it happen.
yeah. That's the
But
hardest thing on a muzzleloader because yeah, you shoot and you have all that smoke and you don't get to see. Well, sometimes you don't see what happens after the smoke clear or what that smoke's there until it clears, and A lot of times that deer
Right.
can be halfway up the mountain or down the mountain by that time.
Yeah. And that was the hard part for me. So I've gotten better, but yeah, I had to work quite a ways at just letting it happen. So
Well, and Seth, you pointed something out to me that so Seth sent me a little clip of the video, and you can actually see the ball like flying through the air and hitting the target, which is just crazy.
yeah, one of those last shots, I didn't realize it at first, and then I was watching it back during editing, and you can see the round ball come flying in off screen into the camera view to hit the box and the target. So it was pretty cool. So
It was awesome. And you guys will have to forgive us a little bit. You know, we're new to this YouTube game, so our videos aren't going to be perfectly edited and have all the cool, I don't even know what you call animations and stuff like that in them. They'll be fairly raw, but that's also a good thing too, because then you can really see how things are, especially as we're reviewing things. We really want to be very raw with that, be very upfront and honest with you guys, so you can see how it truly is, versus a lot of editing, and because you can edit things and make things look. I mean, Seth could have shot one shot and or maybe punched like 5 different holes in that target, and made it look like he was shooting the bullseye every single time, and that's not how we're gonna be. We're gonna tell it how it is.
yeah, I could have put the box out there at 10 yards and shot it a bunch and then moved it back out and been like, well, I hit it good. Here you go.
Yep,
But
exactly.
yep. So, and the same thing goes for cameras and things like that. Right now, I'll be the first one to admit I don't have the greatest camera setup, but I am working to create a better system so that you guys can have a better experience while you're watching our videos.
Yeah, definitely. We're gonna get Seth a 4K camera. That's what we're gonna do. So we're gonna start a GoFundMe. It'll
Yes,
be.
yes.
I'm kidding.
I will give you one exclusive video for each person that donates.
Hey, there we go. There we go. I don't want to know what's gonna be on that video, but
Nothing bad, nothing bad. Hunting related, hunting
oh,
related.
hunting related. Oh, okay, good thing you clarified that.
Yes, yes.
But we will. We'll continue to work on those and continue to improve them, and just bring a lot of stuff to you guys. Like I said, a lot of it will just be entertainment. As we're doing our different hunts this year, we'll post those videos up. Shed hunting. I know that's one that a lot of people like to watch, and so we'll do some shed hunting. Maybe we can even get Monty and Curtis to join in on that. But yeah, we'll try to be putting out a video. Would really like to get to the point where we're doing one a week, kind of like what we're doing with the podcast. But being a two-man crew, it does require a lot of time, and so we'll do our best. Forgive us if we miss a week or whatnot. But I guess one thing I do want to put out there is if there's something that you guys want us to do a review on, or if you have questions about certain things, or just want to see something specific, let us know. We can definitely get something published for you guys to help you out, and it'd help out other people as well. So don't be afraid to reach out. There's so many ways that you guys can contact us, whether it be social media, commenting on articles, commenting on YouTube videos, whatever the case may be. Send those comments. Be happy to help in any way that we possibly can. So check out our YouTube page. It's just eHunter. Pretty easy to find. You'll see our logo on our profile picture, and then we just have tons of videos up there. And we've published videos for quite some time on eHunter. We've just never been very consistent with it. We've actually got videos that have a lot of views. Curtis has posted up some in the past of fox hunting and mountain lion hunting, and there's some pretty amazing videos. So go check those out. I think you guys would enjoy them. Read through the comments too. That's even almost just as entertaining as the videos. When you have hunting content on YouTube, it creates a little bit of interest, doesn't it, Seth?
Yes. Sometimes good, sometimes people get easily excitable. So
Man, I'll say, I don't know if you had a chance to read through some of those comments, like on Curtis's mountain lion hunt.
oh, the mountain lion hunt had people really riled up.
Oh man, that's crazy. I don't know what it is about mountain lions. There's some like I don't know if we characterize them or what it is, but people have this.
It's just predator hunting in general. It's people have a hard time with it for some reason. They don't grasp the concept. And it is what it is. You know, I'm not going to get into a huge political off in the weeds, but yeah, um, predator hunting in general. I mean, we've seen it with our wolf articles,
Yeah.
and half the time we're not even stating an opinion on the wolf hunting or anything. We're just relaying the news, and people want to call us liars and everything else.
And
So,
that's the thing is we're only yeah we're just putting it out there. We're not even got giving an opinion on most of it. So
yep.
yeah, I don't know what it is, dude. That video that Casey sent us though, that was crazy.
Yeah, I saw it right before Casey had sent it to me. I watched it, and
Oh
so
man,
it was pretty crazy.
it's probably going to be taken down by the time anybody listens to this podcast. But if you haven't, go on YouTube and there's a video of a guy that kills kills a mountain lion with a machete. The mountain lion attacks his dog, so he busts out this machete and kills the mountain lion. I mean, dude, that's savage. Like that is
Oh,
legit
yeah,
savageness.
yeah, yeah. I say the only thing I can ever lay claim to, I guess, killing with my bare hands, it wasn't bare hands, but I had a raccoon one time when my my stepdad's a houndsman, and we had a raccoon get knocked out of a tree, wounded, and it decided to attack me. So I finished it with a stick.
No.
But yeah, it was mad. And houndsmen, sometimes you have that happen. You don't
Oh
want
yeah.
to, but it happens. But yeah, that's a much different ball of wax to finish a 100-pound kitty with a hatchet or a machete.
Yeah. Yeah, that's a whole new level right there. And he didn't even think twice about it. As soon as he saw that mountain lion grab his dog, like he was running back behind his trailer, grabbing the machete and going. I mean, he didn't. There was no questioning about it. He was after it. So if you guys, like I said, it'll probably be gone by the time this podcast is published. But if it's not, man, you guys need to go check it out. It is wild. So.
Mhm.
Oh shoot! All right, the other things that we wanted to talk about were just some of the articles that we've had. If you haven't had a chance to hop on the eHunter website, ehunter.com, make sure you're checking that out. We're posting articles every single day, whether it be news, how-tos, just things going on in the hunting world. Really good articles that we're posting up there. But just want to talk through a few of them. If you guys haven't had a chance to hop on and look at them. The first one I wanted to talk about, and it's one that got a lot of attention on social media, was in Idaho. There was a guy that he had poached a deer, and he posted. People need to learn. My goodness gracious. Well, learn don't poach to begin with, but man, if you poach, don't post the pictures of it. So this guy posted pictures of this. I mean, it's a massive deer. I mean, a really good archery buck. And of course, he's gripping and grinning and all that. Well, those photos led to him getting caught and charged with poaching. And so we posted up on social media, and it went bonkers, didn't it, Seth?
Yep,
It
it
was
really did.
it was crazy. Like, well, and actually the taxidermist, and
Yep.
I apologize, I can't remember his name. Do you remember his name off the top of your head, Seth?
I think he messaged us through his business. I think it was Wild River Taxidermy.
Yes. Yeah, I think that. Yep, Wild River Taxidermy. So he's actually the one that did the taxidermy on this buck. Didn't know that it was poached when he did the taxidermy. He wouldn't have done it if he would have known. But yeah, that's crazy. But it went crazy. Like there was so many people that were talking about it, and I mean, obviously disappointed, but it was kind of funny to listen to to read through the comments that people were posting, and so
Yeah. Well, and he tried to be slick about it. Some of the reasons, a lot of people were like, well, why would the taxidermist mount it? If he had to have known. Well, he was kind of slick about it. So he technically had a deer tag, but they found out in the article, and I'm sure Taryn was going to get to this, but he shot it before the hunt started, and then retrieved it after the hunt had begun. So he had a tag on the animal when he took it to the taxidermist, and that's some of the reason that the taxidermist mounted it, probably with zero question about what was going on.
yeah, yeah. That's the thing is, I mean, I don't know. I guess people are trying to get smart about it and try to be slick about it and get away with these things. But man, you just in today's day and age, it is so hard to get away with it. I feel like back in the day, people did it all the time and no one ever knew and whatnot. But in today's day and age, with whether it be social media, whether it be optics, whether it be trail cameras, you just,
Even your phone, like people don't
yeah.
realize that thing's a tracking device.
Yep.
If you're gonna go poach on like the wrong unit and there's any question, all they need's a warrant and your phone will tell you where you've been.
Exactly.
So
Exactly. Well, this guy had been, I mean, he'd been doing this for a long time and he'd been busted in the past. And um, I think in the article we said that he had like a decade of violations, right?
yeah, so it was weird. They busted him in 2020 for a bunch of stuff that happened even before this deer tag or this deer poach, I should say. And
Mm-hmm.
then because he was busted for these other reasons, they started really looking into this deer. And then once they got his computer, and you guys can go read the article, but once they got his computer, they found among the way the picture looked and the deer and things like that, they found that the uploads didn't sync up with the normal hunt dates. And that's what really turned him on to that he had shot it before the actual legal season started.
So crazy. So crazy. I swear, we have more poaching articles than probably any other topic. Wouldn't you think so? Or wouldn't you agree?
It's got to be up there. It might not be the most, but it's got to be up there.
Man, it's kind of ridiculous. The other one that I wanted to talk about was is actually one that I wrote, but and most people probably have heard this now or know about it. But in Utah, they had regulated or restricted, I should say, campfires and target shooting, obviously because of the fire danger, and they actually just recently lifted that. So just in the nick of time, as we're coming closer to hunting season starting up, and is in some of the game management units, but they've lifted that. There's still a couple that still have it in place, but for the most part, it's lifted. And so, if you guys have any questions about that, you can hop on our website and check out the article that talks about the campfire and target shooting restrictions being lifted. But I was excited about that, being a Utah resident now. I can go shoot and practice and have a campfire if I want one.
Yes, that would be good because the one spot that I usually use to shoot um, has a little shooting bench and just one target, but it was closed during that process. Process, excuse me. So with it being opened again, it'll be nice to be able to go shoot there. So
Nice, nice. It's kind of how it is for me too. So I love that one. I was happy about that one. Anything that has to do with Utah now, like catches my eye. I always go to that. We've had several poaching incidences in Utah. Um, Another cool one. Sorry, Seth. I don't mean to steal the thunder, but that has to do with Utah and something that we're working on. Kind of this bigger project of trying to help you guys access your hunting points. The reason this came up was had somebody reach out and ask how to access their hunting points in Utah. They're not a resident of Utah, and so trying to figure out like how many points they have and what they need to do. And so we're putting kind of a collage of articles together of how to access different states' hunting points. So if you go to their articles, it'll give you kind of a step-by-step process on the state's website of where to go, where to click, where to find how many points you have in the states that require preference points to draw out. And so currently only have Utah done. If you can't tell, we're a little bit biased towards Utah, but we'll have Colorado, Wyoming, Arizona, Nevada. We'll get them published, all of them published as soon as we possibly can. But again, if you're looking for Utah points, hop on there and it'll tell you how many or how to get to the spot on the Utah DWR website to tell you how many points you have. So that was another cool one. Sorry, Seth, I'll shut up now and let you talk about some of the ones you want to talk about.
well, the one I really wanted to talk about because I feel like it's been a little bit under the radar since it was written was so everybody knows about the bison coal in Arizona on the Grand Canyon National Park. it was a huge story. We covered a bunch about it. But it recently came out that the Colorado governor is trying to convince the National Park Service and the Secretary of the Interior to, instead of culling them and having volunteers hunt them or shoot them, um, he wants them rounded up, loaded on a trailer, and brought to his state to go onto a wildlife preserve. So he's pushing pretty hard, and he's gotten a few politicians on his side that have wrote some memos and things to the Secretary of the Interior to get them to try and not cull these buffalo or bison and move them to a preserve in southeastern Colorado.
Southeastern, so down in the plains, huh?
Somewhere there, it's called, what did they call it? Let's see, the Southern Plains Land Trust, which is a short grass prairie reserve in southeastern Colorado. So
Interesting. And I apologize, I haven't had a chance to read through that article yet on our website, but I,
yeah,
I like that better than culling them. I mean,
yeah,
it's
it's
going to be
it's
expensive.
weird, right? And it's weird because to me, when we first covered this buffalo story, the National Park Service, everybody was very clear that it was not a hunt; it was a cull. But then it kind of blew up and got traction, and a bunch of people were applying for these volunteer spots like it was a hunt. I mean, tons of articles kind of covered it as a hunt, um, and it really got a bunch of anti-hunters upset. Um, which, I mean, they'll get upset about anything.
I was
Let's
going to
be
say, it
honest.
doesn't take much for that
It
to
doesn't
happen.
take much, but I think it kind of generated the wrong kind of publicity about it. Um, and the National Park Service, to their credit, they have been 100% adamant the whole time. This is a cull. It's not a fair chase hunt. It's not. You're not keeping basically anything. They've relented a little bit, but right off the bat, when we first covered it, you weren't going to be able to keep anything. No meat, no hide, no horns, nothing. And then they
Mm.
backtracked a little bit and said, well, we'll give you a portion of the meat, but it won't necessarily be from the bison you shot. It's going to come from wherever. Um, and so to me, like I say, I don't necessarily think moving them would be a bad idea. But like you said, the manpower and the cost of gathering enough to get on a trailer and move them is definitely going to be more expensive.
That's kind of the bad thing about the governor of Colorado. Again, here comes my bias. Been a resident of Colorado for a while and wasn't a super big fan of the governor there. I think he says a lot of stuff and doesn't think about how it's actually going to be carried out, and doesn't think of the cost associated with it. I think he plays on emotions more than he does, really truly looking at it and making good sound decisions. So again, I think it's cool. I'd rather him do this than cull them, and I actually wish I'd put him in areas where we could, build herds and provide more opportunities to hunt. Again, that's expensive, but if we're gonna move him somewhere, we might as well do that with him rather than just move him and leave him in a state trust area and gawk at him when we drive by in our
Well,
Subarus.
and the bad problem that no one thinks about is that's great, we're moving them, but what happens in 15 years when they've overpopulated the land trust?
Exactly.
Are you going to move them
Exactly.
again, or are you going to have someone come call them there?
Exactly. You're gonna come cull him there.
Right. And so I'm completely with moving them, especially like Aaron said, if it was to move them to areas that are open to reintroduction and creating potentially hunting units down the road. And not to toot the state of Utah's horn, but they do have a couple areas where they have done that.
Hmm.
Um, and me being the hunter and the lover of bison that I am, I would love it if they did it to more places, but there's a lot of reasons why they don't.
Yeah.
And I won't get into that because I think some of it's BS. But
Yep. I completely agree with you on all of that. So
so,
yeah, that was a good one. Any other ones that you wanted to touch on, Seth?
um, there's a few recent ones we've covered. There, and I'm sure some of these guys have seen a few of them, but the there was a bow hunter that found lost, missing human remains of another hunter from like 53 years ago. You could read that one. That's a really interesting article. Two different, a one bow hunter finds the remains of another lost bow hunter.
Could you
Um,
imagine? Like that'd be
oh,
it'd be kind of creepy, to be honest
yeah,
with you, if we
yeah,
were to find some human remains out out
yeah,
there.
yeah, yeah. I've heard stories from people close to me that have had that similar issue happen. But I wouldn't know how to react.
Yeah, yeah, it'd be a
um,
weird situation.
yeah, and then like say back to the poaching thing. There was another one we just reported on out of Montana that his sentence is pretty interesting. I don't want to spoil too much or get too deep, but you have to read that one. His sentencing is a pretty interesting sentence. So
That one is at the top of the list. So if you go to the eHunter website, it's like the second article that you'll see. So yeah, I agree. Don't give that one away. They need to go check that one
yeah,
out.
it's when I read it, I was like, whoa, okay. So
Yeah, there's never a lack of entertainment or whatnot when you get into some of this stuff. That's for sure.
yeah, and word for the wise: don't take baby animals home with you,
Yeah,
and then take pictures of them.
sitting on your couch.
Yes.
That one, I talked to one of my buddies that's a sheep biologist on that one, and he's like, "Are you kidding me? Like, people, come on now, that's it's just ridiculous."
Yeah, yeah, and they laid it to him, and it wasn't even the police that got him in trouble. It was the his workplace and his work housing. I guess since he was working there, they were providing housing, and once they found out he had brought a wild animal into the place, they didn't like that very much. So you'll have to read that one too.
We've had a lot of good articles go up lately. So, I mean, like I said, we're always publishing new articles. Every day there's something new going up on the website. So, if, I was talking to one of the guys in Montana that I've done a podcast with in the past, and he was saying when he gets up in the morning, one of the first things he does is hop on the websites, and eHunter's one of those websites, and just to see what's going on in the world of hunting and outdoors. And so it's a good practice to get in, guys. Hop on and see what's going on. Yeah, definitely can help answer questions and probably save you a lot of time and effort if you just hop on there and check it out. So, yeah, I think that's pretty much it. Like I said, Seth's headed out on a muzzleloader hunt tomorrow. I'm helping out with a couple other guys. I don't have a tag in my pocket, but helping out with some other hunts that are going on over the next couple of weeks. I didn't tell you, Seth, but I might be headed out to help out on a sheep hunt. Not this coming weekend, but the weekend after, up on
Nice.
Oak Creek. So
Oh, so up towards me a little bit.
yeah, yeah. I've never hunted that area, so it'll be a little bit of a new experience to me. But
It
it's sheep hunting. It's all sheep hunting, is sheep
Yep.
hunting for the most part.
Yeah. It's going to be rugged, but nothing more than you wouldn't expect on a sheep hunt.
Let's say sheep hunts. That's how it is. They like that steep, nasty crap just to piss you off. So
Yep, yep. Um, but yeah, the only other thing I had is keep your eyes peeled on the YouTube channel. I've got another one that's supposed to be published this. I don't know when they'll see the or hear the podcast, but it's coming out soon. So keep your eyes on it.
and
So
that's just a good point. We are going to try and do a podcast so that you can see the podcast on YouTube. You can go listen to the podcast on YouTube. The audio is there, but there's no video at this point. I've kind of got the Shoodio. It's my new name for my little area right here. You get it? You got, yeah, a little play on words there, the Shoodio. Anyways, getting it set up so that we can start doing some videoed podcasts. For those that are watching, I know a lot of you've reached out and said, "Hey, you love having the podcast on YouTube. Would love to be able to watch something while we listen to it." And so I've had others reach out that it'd be helpful for them to have it on there to watch as well, just a way to consume it in a different way. And so, working on doing that. Hopefully, we can get that set up here in the near future, so that the podcasts are there and viewable. And we'll try to make it as cool as possible. Yeah, I think it'd be helpful, like when we're talking about these kind of things, like podcasts, or excuse me, articles or hunts. We'll try to splice those clips in there and make it a pretty cool viewing experience. So.
Plus, you get to see my ugly face.
Yeah, I'll try to blur them out so it's not too overpowering. Right. I'm just kidding.
Right. Keep your children out of view.
And hopefully, here pretty soon. I guess not soon, but hopefully we start building our house pretty soon in Kanosh, and so it won't be too far away from where Seth is at, and hopefully I can talk him into coming down to the studio there and recording some podcasts with me there. So
all you got to do is take me hunting and feed me, and I'll be there.
That's all it takes. Hunting and food.
That's all it takes.
You don't need anything else in this life. Well, maybe one other thing, but we can't talk about that on the podcast.
Yeah. PG rating and all
That's right. We'll keep it clean. So, cool, guys. Well, thank you so much for listening to the podcast. As always, make sure you're subscribed to it. And please, this is a free platform. You can go, we're not charging you guys anything to listen to this podcast. All that we ask is that you do share it with those around you. And then also let us know what we can do better. We want to be, like I said, we want to be the ultimate resource to you guys, and let us know how we can help in any way to be that for you. So, all right, we will catch you next week on the podcast. See you guys.
See ya.